Now, for the past 10 years, the national government has been on the spot for failing to fund the 47 county governments as required by the Constitution. The counties have faulted the national government for inadequate allocation of funds and delayed disbursements, which has affected their operations and development plans. Activist Vincent Odwor tells us more.
Section 12E.
10 years into devolution, unlike before, for the first time this financial year 2023-2024, the national government disbursed monies allocated to the 47 county governments on time. However, that has not been the case since the inception of devolution. Every financial year there has been a budget tension between the national government and the 47 county governments. Governors have always faulted the national government for inadequate allocation of funds. According to Article 203, Sub-Article 3 of the Constitution, every financial year, the equitable share of revenue raised nationally and allocated to the county governments is to be calculated on the basis of the most recent audited accounts of revenue received as approved by the National Assembly. For the 2023-2024 financial year, the government used the 2019-2020 audited revenue account to allocate 385 billion shillings to the counties. This is due to a backlog in terms of auditing the government revenue accounts by the Auditor General and delays by the National Assembly to approve the audited accounts. Sustainable Development Specialist Steve Ogutu says this has been curtailing county development plans.
That should not be the way, because the needs of 2023 are very different from the needs of 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. There are emerging needs, emerging projects and things like that that are context specific or county specific, you know, and therefore, in my opinion, I think it's important to use current audited accounts. Say for the last financial year, that is a bit current.
Over the years, the national government has been on the receiving end for delayed disbursement of funds allocated to the counties, a move that has more often paralyzed operations of the county governments. Section 17, Sub-Article 6 and 7 of the Public Finance Management Act provides that the National Treasury shall, at the beginning of every month and not later than the 15th day from the commencement of every month, disburse monies to the counties.
Projects that we co-created with some of these counties delayed because they didn't have funds to implement these projects. So this leads to delayed service delivery to the citizens, but most importantly, I think even efficiency of delivery of these services is jeopardized, because you are a county official who's not paid for like 4 months. You know, that morale gets killed, and therefore you don't give your best to work.
Lawyer Bobby Mkangi, who was in the committee of experts that worked on the 2010 Constitution, says the inadequate funding derails fundamental objectives of devolution.
The objectives of devolution itself for devolved government is separation of powers. So where there's delay in disbursing money to county governments, then county governments and indeed hence counties themselves, their viability is compromised somewhat. And in that regard, that objective of separating powers between state organs, the different levels of government and the different arms of state is thereby compromised.
Governors have faulted the national government for failing to release funds meant for certain devolved functions. The National Treasury has been accused of being beholden to the national government at the expense of the county governments.
Its execution of duties should be in as far as the Constitution and other laws permit and mandate. And for that matter should not be used or operate in a way that seems to be biased or favor one of the levels of government because
counties need to really be innovative in terms of generating their own source revenue. There is opportunities around PPPs, the public-private partnerships, that can help counties unlock their potential and grow local economies. I also think that it's really important for counties to come up with policies that are pro-private sector investment. I mean, those are the people that create jobs.
Whenever there is a financial stalemate between the national government and the county governments, those who suffer most are residents of the counties. Vincent Odur, NTV.